At Fleet Response, we really focus on caring about each other, professionally as well as personally. And NEOPAT's mission to focus on community and the country, as well as the celebration of military members, align directly with that.
Well, back in 2011, a group of, at the time, young professionals got together and we decided that we wanted to do something to help our men and women in uniform. And the thought was we would host a big event, raise a bunch of money, and then donate it to other not-for-profits that supported military families. But then shortly after that, we started realizing that we wanted more of those dollars to stay in Northeast Ohio. And during that time, we donated over $5 million in support to our men and women in uniform and to promote patriotism in our community.
What really struck me about NEOPAT is a citizen in Northeast Ohio. I've always wanted to support our military. I've always been a patriot, but frankly, with no military bases, not a huge military presence in Northeast Ohio, I never really found a way to connect with the military. And finding NEOPAT was that release.
I remember working with a specific Vietnam veteran. He was struggling financially. We helped him increase his benefits. One of the stories he told me was he was struggling going to the grocery store and having to pick out, what items he had to put back because he couldn't afford them. Consider them a luxury, and many of these were basic needs like eggs and milk.
There's so many stories about how we've helped families. A young man that was brought to us by a supporter, he had served 3 tours of duty and he had come back home. He had a young family. He was working in Pennsylvania, and while he was working, a tree fell uphill. He ended up being a quadriplegic. And because of that, he had a wheelchair that he couldn't get to his kids' soccer games because it was up a hill. He couldn't see, couldn't get to those games because there's no transportation to that part of the park. Their friend asked us if we'd be willing to donate a track chair. And I didn't know what a track chair was, but a track chair is a wheelchair with tank-like treads on it that allows you to basically be maneuverable and you can go pretty much anywhere with it. We said, absolutely, that is something that we would definitely want to help with. So we contacted the family, found out that somebody else had tried to raise money for them and they were a little bit leery of having another not-for-profit come in and help. And we told them, like, hey, actually, you're not understanding. We're actually going to get you the chair. We're here to pay it forward. And what we'd ask is that if, at the end, if you feel as if that's something that we delivered on, if you would be willing to share your story, you can pay it forward to the next family that we can help. And that's, I think, a meaningful thing that NEOPAT does, is we actually help the families as they come, and then their stories help other people in the future.